do me a favor. Think of any NBA player and their jump shot. Okay? Now think of any other player. Doesn't matter who. Just pick one more. Now look at how different their jumpers are. They are massively different. No two players have the same jump shot. I mean, except for these two. Thanks for proving my point. But seriously, think about it. Have you ever seen two players shoot the ball exactly the same? It's no secret of a man's Kobe Bean stole some moves from MJ. Maybe he even stole his jump shot. But look again, they shoot the ball so differently. It's fascinating to watch. But what am I talking about this for? Well, to prove a point. If you look up right now how to shoot like Steph Curry, you'll find hundreds of videos on the subject showing you exactly how to shoot the ball like Steph. But let me tell you something. You are never going to shoot the ball like Steph Curry or Damian Lillard. Their personalities are in their jump shots and in their game. You are nothing like Steph Curry. He grew up with his dad in the NBA and was around basketball most of his life. He shot the hell out of the ball until it became effortless. And it looks damn fine. And he knew that one day he would be in the NBA. You have to find your jump shot just like every other player did. Not by copying or impersonating your favorite player. But let's look a little deeper into Kobe impersonating Michael Jordan. Listen to how he describes first learning how to shoot the basketball.
Find the grip that's comfortable to you. And then once you elevate it, my form is pretty much right here. This is what I'm comfortable with. Now as a kid, I used to try to do this and all, but it just wasn't comfortable to me. So this is a position that's most comfortable to me. It's almost like an L, but not really.
So from that instance, why would Kobe be bringing the ball on the right side of his head? Well, because Michael Jordan did it. Kobe even said himself it wasn't comfortable for him. What's comfortable for other players won't be comfortable for you. This is something that a lot of players need to understand. Kobe understood that and adjusted to it. So what do we learn from this? Copying or impersonating your favorite player, it's not going to work. Getting in the gym and working on your shot is the best way to improve your shot. Take a look at this video. I have probably given this video about 1,000 views. This dude has one ugly jump shot, and I mean that. But after 2 whole years of owning up to his ugly jump shot and keeping an open mind, this is what his jump shot looks like now. But let's cut to the chase. You want to know a shooting secret that only some of the most elite and iconic basketball players know? Here it is. There is no secret stuff. Despite what you may think, there is no huge secret to getting your shooting percentage up by 20%, despite what some movies might tell you.
Ball needs rotation. Spread your fingers.
But a lot of people are convinced that a lot of secrets are being withheld from us, that us peasant basketball players will never find out. But I'll give you an example here. I went to a small janky-ass high school, with damn near no banners in the rafters, living on a Navajo reservation. My resources for becoming a good basketball player were limited, and I mean very limited. But here's my jump shot in one of my last basketball games as a sophomore. And here's my jump shot in one of my first games as a junior. I didn't find this jumper by copying NBA players or listening to a coach's overcomplicated tutorial on how to shoot a basketball. It was repetition, getting to the nearest blacktop every day and working on my jump shot. I watched a lot of NBA clips in that time. I noticed a lot of things NBA players were doing differently than me. I noticed players were not squaring their feet to the basket. Even some of the best shooters. Not Steph. Not Damian Lillard. And not Clay. They weren't squaring up to the basket, and a whole lot of the times they were landing about 6 inches to a foot from where they started their jump from. This made sense to me. This gave the ball momentum to get to the basket. That's why I was so aggressive when I did it. Another thing I noticed is they weren't jumping that high, which again made more sense that they were releasing the ball on the way up and not at the apex of the jump like I was. Next thing I noticed, players weren't so aggressive with making their arms 90 degrees like I was. It wasn't the focal point of their jump shot. It was almost like they were ignoring that step altogether. So I started ignoring it too. I noticed a lot of NBA players turning during their jump shots as well. And I dug a little deeper and I found this. This is the Warriors shooting coach. And listen to how he describes Steph turning during his shots.
I don't think he does that intentionally. I think he does that because of the speed he's coming off of, like turns on, and he has to get his body sort of in those places. So I think it's a product of the speed or the shot that he's coming into. I don't think he doesn't do it as much when he's just shooting catch and shoot standstill shots. So I think it's more of movement shots that he's trying to correct in the air to get his balance right.
What he's saying makes sense. When Steph is running to the right side of the floor, I understand the momentum carrying him like that. But what about when he is standing still, or even running the opposite direction? Coaches at that level are still delusional about classic shooting techniques. They can't tell a better technique is working for the best shooter of all time. Another thing I noticed was they weren't shooting with their fingertips. Most were shooting with the palms of their hands. Even Steph was doing this. But why was he doing this? Well, I thought about it and it became clear. Game speed is a whole other thing than practice speed. I think everyone knows that. It's quite simple when you think about it. You don't have the necessity of time in the game. It kind of makes sense that the ball is coming off your palms rather than your fingertips. Reggie Miller is one of the greatest shooters of all time. In this next clip, he is criticizing Rondo for shooting with the palm of his hand.
And we saw Rondo when he had the basketball over there. You know, most shooters like to have the fingertips all on the basketball, so the follow-through is a little bit easier on your wrist action. Well, Rondo, see how he's palming the basketball right there? There's no daylight in between there. He's just shooting it with all palm, and you shoot the basketball with fingertips and your wrist. So that would be my only suggestion.
But he did the same exact thing. Weird.